Hello, hello, and welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi. I hope all is well. I'm Kimmi. For those of you who do not know, I'm on a weight loss journey. I have a special guest with me tonight.
What?
Yes, I have Jeffrey, my husband, my better half,
Hey, everybody.
the other half, and he's going to be with us. And I just wanted to come on tonight and give an update as to what's going on with me. I have not did a weigh-in video in about 3 weeks. It's funny how fast time goes. We'll give YouTube a few minutes to notify people that we are live and see how many people join us tonight. A lot of people will catch the replay. It is the Friday before the first.
Yeah, they're like, what's going on out there? What you doing?
Yeah, they probably like, what is she
They
doing?
they probably
Talking about
eating
no weight.
they eating something, eating
Everybody
leftovers.
eating. And I'm talking about a diet, huh?
They like to forget that. I'll catch you next week.
I'll catch you on January 1st. We got somebody. Hi, whoever joined us. Welcome. I got a special guest with me tonight. I'm Kimmi, and this is Jeffrey. He is hanging out with me. I wanted to go over my weight loss journey, kind of year end wrap up, what went well, what happened, what's going on with me. I haven't did a weekly weigh in the last 3 weeks, so I wanted to just kind of give you an update. I hope you are doing well on your journey, whoever is there. We'll give YouTube a couple more seconds to notify people, and then we'll get right into it because some people, like I said, will catch the replay. Hey, Karen, how are you? Nice to hear from you. How's everything going? So we're going to go ahead. We'll go ahead and get started. We got Karen here. We don't want to keep her waiting, okay? So let me give you an update about me, and Jeffrey's going to talk about what my journey has meant to him, how he's seen me struggle, what's been good, what's been bad. We're just going to talk it out for a little bit. So I am really good. I am so glad you've been doing well. Tell us about your journey if you want to, okay? You can put it in the comments. Let me know. So I am now down a total of, hey Max, how are you? Max, I don't know, this is way off the cuff, but if you wanted to come up, you can. I can put a link in there. And because we just decided to go live. You don't have to show your face if you want to talk about anything, your journey. Let me know. No pressure, no pressure. Just put it in the chat and I'll put the link in there. And again, you don't have to show your face if you don't want to or whatever. But anyway, I want to give you an update on me. Anybody who would like to join us, please feel free. I am down a total of 22 pounds. I had hit my 25-pound mark. I don't believe I actually even put that video out because I just didn't have time. But I did actually lose 26 pounds. 26. And let me tell you how that 26 came about really quick. The 26 came about because I actually was sick for about a week. I had a terrible allergy to some cinnamon and ginger. I had a little bit too much and it just did not agree with my system. So I was sick for about a week. I was on soup for about 3 or 4 days, Jeff?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I was on soup for about 3 or 4 days. So that really helped to kick my system into gear. And I was down 26 pounds. So how did I end up telling you just a moment ago I'm down 22? Well, I've been on vacation the last 3 weeks from my job. And I took advantage of it. I've been eating like crazy. I didn't go too far off. I actually had gained 6 pounds while I was gone. And while I wasn't working. And the only reason I did as well as I did and didn't gain all of my way back was because of Jeffrey. But we'll get to that shortly. So some things that went well with me the last few weeks, though, I continue to walk every day. I walk about 30 to 45 minutes right now. When I first started my journey, I was about a 10, 15-minute kind of person. But I'm actually enjoying it even more. The more I do it, the more I enjoy it. I have added more kale and more spinach to my smoothies. So whereas they used to just be the color of the fruit, like red for strawberry or blueberries, now they're actually green. How you been enjoying those green smoothies, Jeffrey?
Oh, the smoothie's been really good. I prefer. That's why when Kim was making it, and then one day she did something with more of the kale, and I prefer to have more of that kale and the spinach. And so that's how she's been making it every day. So that's been the benefits have been a lot better, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I've really been enjoying having the green smoothies. They're actually green now instead of more fruit. Because if you remember a few videos back, I actually stopped doing smoothies because I thought it was just too much fruit. And then I found that NutriBullet. Oh my God, I love my NutriBullet. I love my NutriBullet. We were visiting some friends. They had one. We used it. And I was like, oh my goodness. Whose house did I use that NutriBullet?
Joyce.
Joyce. Was that the
And
first time?
yeah, we use it because she has one, and then that's how we ordered it. Because we were starting. We were doing the ginger. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. And I
Yeah,
blended it up with our blender, which was the
yeah,
magic. What is it?
yeah.
Ninja. And then we visited some friends and they had that NutriBullet. And that thing changed my life. So I got my NutriBullet now. I love it. So Karen says that she's been doing really good. And then Christmas came. So she'll be starting over after New Year's. Yeah, I get that, Karen. The holidays are very, very rough. Vacation, holidays, and it's always a special occasion. Always a special occasion. So I have not even tracked. I'm going to be fully transparent with you all. I have not tracked on Weight Watchers for 3 weeks. Okay, fully transparent. I have not. Now I've only gained 6 pounds, but now I'm down to 3. So really, I got another 4 to get back to where I was before I left. Okay, cool. So all that being said, yeah, I'm going to continue. And I'm going to start back tracking on Sunday. Okay, so I'm still doing Weight Watchers. My plan has not changed. I also wanted to just share something with you all from Panera. If you have not tried their apple salad, that thing was so good. The apple salad from Panera is delicious. If you have not tried that. So what did I have that day? I had the Napa chicken salad sandwich
Hmm.
half, and then I had the salad. So I think the two together was how many points? Do you remember? Was it
The
cheaper?
sandwich was a little bit more, I believe, but
'Cause I had 2 pieces of bread. I had a whole
yeah, I
whole.
forgot it. It wasn't that much. I don't know if it was 10 or something like that,
Yeah, I
or
think so too. It was really good though, guys. That apple salad from Panera. If you have not tried it, it is good. So, let's talk about why I have my special guest on. So, Jeffrey, for those of you who may be just joining, he is my husband. He's been watching me do this journey now since March is when I started, and we are in December. So, like I said, I'm down a total of 22 pounds as of today. So, some people may think my progress is slow. I actually did a full video on that. And, it's not that I've been playing around. Could I have lost more weight? Probably. But this is the first year that I've actually taken my weight serious. And I've been dieting since I come on my mother's stomach. That's what I always say. So this year, though, I got very serious. I'm hoping for more in 2024, more weight loss, more changes with my numbers and everything, quite honest. So, but that's where we are. And I had a good year. I started in March. And this is the first time also that I'm losing weight for myself, not because my mom wanted me to, not because, everyone was like, oh, you have such a pretty face, but, you just need to lose some weight. People always want to just tell you, but. Well, there's no but. I did very well this year and I'm proud of what I accomplished. So, Jeffrey, what was my change? How was my dieting? Did it affect you at all? What did you see in me? What's your thoughts on my whole process?
well, I saw over the past several months that Kim, she's been pretty dedicated. She would, go back and forth, but for the most part, she stayed on it. She make sure she would go walking. She'd be tracking and keeping an eye on what she ate, trying different new things at the store, different fruits, different vegetables, what have you. When we go out to eat, being careful about that. And as a matter of fact, we kind of, for a little bit, we kind of cut out going out eating a lot because you just don't know what they're putting into the food, even though you might do depending on the restaurant that you go, they might have something, for example, in Weight Watchers, they could tell you what the points are. And you still have to be mindful because they may have a tendency to load it with a lot of salt and what have you. So Kim has done a great job in keeping up with that. I don't want to say too much. I want her to explain from her perspective some her ups and downs over the past
No,
few
you can
months.
talk about it because you're pretty in tune with
Okay.
it.
All
Okay,
right. So
I'm pretty transparent.
she has, she will kind of sabotage herself. She knows she has to eat something, And so I have to be mindful, because if I bring something in, for me, I have have been more disciplined, so I can have something and it'll be there, and I'll kind of forget that it's there, but she knows that it's there, and says, "Well, what about, you going to eat this, or you going to eat that?" And next thing you know, she's eating it. So, and I had forgot that it was there, or I knew that it was there. So, um, but by her starting to do it has helped me, just by watching what she's been doing.
Yeah, and our sweet teeth, our tooth is a little different. Whereas I was raised right after you finish your last bite of your meal was for dessert. Okay. Jeffrey doesn't have that problem. So I'm always, sweets is still a thing for me. And like I'm very transparent. I did videos on here about if it's in a house, if I see it, I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat a little bit of it. I want to eat it till it's gone. So I've been very transparent. That's why I didn't mind him sharing. How about have you seen any differences with me as far as actual like physical, being able to move better, my
Oh, well,
stamina? What do you think about that?
yeah. I mean, she's lost in her some of her a lot of her clothes. I mean, she's went through some clothes, and she's able, when we go walking, she's able to keep up with the walking, and she's bought some new
Most of the
clothes.
time, because y'all know one time I had to go off on Jeffrey.
Yeah, she was
It was funny
we was
because
on
my
a live.
mother-in-law said, you were still filming. I was like, I didn't remember if
Yeah,
I was or not. I was so mad
yeah.
that day he left
And
me.
well, that was another story, because she decided to get on the live when you're trying to walk. For me, I'm like, if you're going to be walking, let's just walk. Okay, and then wait until the last few minutes when you're kind of in your cool down, then you get on it. She wanted to do a full blown walk, and I had my headphones. I was in the zone, so I didn't even know. I thought she was back there. Next thing I know, she's 2 miles back. So I don't know what was
Full
going on.
blown live.
Yeah, and I did. Then I found out she was doing a live. I was like, oh, thank you very much. So that looked good. So anyway, uh, so yeah, so Kim is she's been doing well with this, as far as being able to move more, and to, because since we've been on vacation, walking through town, getting off the ship, because we took a cruise, and so she's been able to by losing that weight has helped her out a lot.
What do you think about me doing Weight Watchers as a plan? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's for you. It's a matter of accountability. Now, someone else, they might use something else. So we don't want to stick to one thing. But as far as the
Yeah,
Weight Watchers,
yeah, I
for the
agree.
Weight Watchers is you know your points, and it's not during the course of the last couple of months. We had a dietitian for a minute, just for a few weeks, um, and she jumped in and says, "Well, Weight Watchers doesn't help you with being something about being healthy, or some
Yeah,
eating
she did
healthy."
say that. She did say that.
However, the point, I understood what she was trying to say, but it gives you, as the person, the idea. Weight Watchers gives you the option to choose what you're going to eat. Now, I remember when we first started. Well, I shouldn't say first started, earlier this year, when Kimmy first started, and I had the app, but I wasn't as serious about it. But I saw, for example, I was in like CVS. There was a honey bun sitting there, and so I took a scan. I said, and it scanned like 25 points, and I'm like, well, I mean, that's not even worth it. I mean, that's almost, depending on your points, you could almost wipe out all of your points in just one day. And then now, what are you going to eat? Besides, of course, you can eat zero stuff. You can eat vegetables and protein and what have you, but it just didn't seem worth it. So, from what she's been doing has helped me, and I could see the help for her, to be, at least to be aware. Now, she may eat something and say, I shouldn't eat that, and go ahead and do it, but at least she knows, at least, as they say, knowledge is power. Now, the question, now for her, she need to work a little bit more in saying no to something, or less of something, whatever it might be. But that's been what's been a plus for her.
And that's fair. I mean, again, I'm very transparent on this channel. Sometimes to a default, you'll say, Kim, you ain't gotta tell everything. Well, I do. It's therapeutic for me. Hey, Blue True One, what's going on? Welcome. Happy Healthy Friday to you too. We're just doing a recap on what my journey has been like. Got a special guest here. So now let's talk about Jeffrey. Part
Mm,
of why I invited him on today is because he also started a healthy journey. I started mine back in March, and he started in October. Did you want to share a little bit about your journey? This won't be his full interview. We're just gonna give you a teaser tonight, so you don't have to share everything. But because he really wanted to come to you when he had lost a little bit more, but I begged him to come on tonight since this is the
yeah.
year end wrap up. But let's
So
talk about you, your journey.
yeah, so I start. I mean, I've been kind of off and on over the course of the year. I would do a little bit. I would track and kind of keep up with it, but not the way that I should have. I was kind of sporadic, and I'm looking at my tracker here, and I would go up and down and what have you, but I didn't really keep up with it. So I went to the doctor again in October at the end, and it was just like I'm tired of going to the doctor, and he's saying, "Well, Mr. Nunley, you need to do this, or you need to do that," and I'm like, "Okay, it's enough of that." So October the 25th was the start date where I said, "This is it." Like that song from who was that song? Kenny Loggins, "This is it."
Mm-hmm.
Make no mistake who you are, or
Make
something
no
like that.
mistake where
Yeah,
you are. This
yeah,
is
we're
it.
going no further, or something like that. So you draw a line in the sand. So I said, "This is it." So I started being disciplined, just because I would always go out I'd get me margarita and stuff like that, Mexican restaurant and all that. So I said, I need to stop that for a little bit. So I started drinking a lot of water, doing the smoothies, drinking, a lot of, like I said, drink a lot of water, eating more vegetables, keeping up with more, adjusting my protein, and just keeping up with the tracker of what I should eat and shouldn't eat. So since then, from a guy standpoint, guys can lose quicker, and because I just been on the grind, not where I've been starving myself, but since October the 25th, I've gotten about 22 points. I mean, 22 pounds. I've dropped about 22 pounds.
Now, how he gonna
Uh,
lose 22, y'all, in 2 months? And I've been doing it since.
like she's already said that she'd be going back and forth and eating this and that, and so we went on our cruise, went on our
Well, I had
vacation
to
a
say
couple weeks
that.
ago.
Just I
Yeah,
had to just say that.
yeah. So she went on her cruise, and I was very even then. I said, I'm not going to just eat whatever. You could very well do it. I brought my clothes, my exercise clothes. So I get on the trail because they had on the top of the ship, had a place to walk. I did that. I also went to the gym a few days. We go to dinner. I would get salmon instead of eating a bunch of if we did get a little hamburger on that cruise, that was the best hamburger that I've had on a cruise. So I would get a hamburger. We would split it. I'd eat a few fries. I was kind of cut back on the drinks. I would maybe we learned about how to do a skinny drink. And didn't know about that.
Yes, guys, I'm gonna be
So
talking about that in the future. A friend of mine, we were out at a restaurant recently,
about three
and
weeks ago.
she ordered a skinny drink, and I had never ordered a skinny drink. I've heard of it a little bit, but I I just never had even thought about it. I just declined. So after I tried the skinny drink, though, I was like, "This is good." So I guess they have different ways they can make it. The one I had with my friend that day was a skinny margarita, and they used a guava,
Something like that.
the sugar, and then I had another one like Jeff was referring to. That one wasn't as sweet, but it had less sugar. But if you drink it for a couple sips, it started feeling like you're getting a little something something going on.
Which is went from the dietitian. Is that right?
Yes.
That's what she mentioned when we were dealing with her. That see, you see, I just got a comment. That my mom said that men always lose faster, just so you know. So, which by the way, oh, I also mentioned that my mom. She's done really well with her weight. So that I talked to her the other day, and I was watching what she was doing, and that was an encouragement for me. That was my Kim, my mom, and then my brother. He started doing it too, and he became serious about 3 months ago. So I'm like, well, shoot, I need to go ahead and jump on this too, because it's time to make some changes. But the skinny drink, going back to that, so thanks mom and Jason, he's probably not watching, but anyway, that's my brother. So the skinny drink, when we drunk it, like Kim said, you had to get a little used to it. But after a few sips, you said, "Oh, okay," because it's not as sweet. So even when I was on the cruise, I would get salmon. I didn't get a lot of beef. Didn't eat a lot of carbs. We would get something to take back to the room. We'd eat fruit. I brought a salad back one night from the crew into to the room, just for the evening snack. So that's been helpful. Uh, and so I just been a little bit. I, I'm just paying attention to what I eat. We've been watching. Kim's been sending me some other little videos, YouTube videos of different folks, and the main thing is, what do you eat? Is it going to help your health, or is it going to harm? And the same thing from the dietitian. What is it going to do for you? So I've seen the results that it's helped me as far as my blood pressure has been better. So I'm like, okay, this is working. We keep hearing about it, eating vegetables and fruits and stuff from the ground. And I said, well, I need to go ahead and just do it. So it's been helpful. And I over the course of the past few weeks, I've been telling Kim periodically, so I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going backwards. So yeah, I'm in my 50s now, and you can't keep doing that, going back and forth. When you're in your 30s, you can kind of play around with stuff and it would just kind of, it wouldn't affect you. But now things, as you're getting older, you got to stay on it. So uh, that's where I'm at, and I'm going to keep going. I don't know what my goal weight is, but I do know this much. This is gonna be the last thing, because I keep talking. My clothes, my suits and stuff. I've got me a couple of suits a few months ago, and those things are looking like those things that I wear suspenders, and those things are just dangling by the suspenders, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is it's good, but I'm like, now I'm going able to go back to my previous suits that I had before, but stuff that I just paid good money for, and it cost me just as much money to get it altered. And I just spent all that money, so I'm going to go back and get them redone. I hope. So I don't know, but anyway, it's
Well, that's a
better
good
than that.
problem to have.
That's better than that than falling out someplace. So anywho, uh,
Hmm.
yeah. So it's
Hmm.
been thanks to everybody, my family, for without knowing, just by them talking about it. I did this, my mom did this, Jason did that, my wife's done, doing losing this. So I said, well, I need to do something myself. So that's where I'm at.
We are so excited for you. I know I am. And something else, Blue True One says that is awesome. Congrats on your 22 pounds, sir.
Thank you. Oh,
Max
thank you,
says
Blue Crew. Thank you.
yes, and Max says men always lose faster, just so you know, which is true. But Jeffrey has definitely put in the work. He really has. I cannot be more proud of him. And because we got the dietitian, I think it actually gave me 10 years back on my life, because I was always rah, 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 rah. Don't eat this, don't do this, don't do this. But now he's been taught himself how to eat, what to eat. And that really helped me. So it's no battles anymore. We don't battle about that anymore. He actually is in full control of his life, because I always would say, I can't do me and you. I would say that, but then I would try to do him too. Tell him what to eat. You don't need this, you don't need that. But now that we're doing it together, it has really, really helped. Actually, Jason has made it. Hey, Jason. Jason, are you in a position to come up and talk? I know this is way off. We did not plan this. Do you feel like coming up? I could put the link in there if you wanted to share a little bit about your journey. Not a lot, totally up to you. Let me know. I'll put the link in there for you. Um, Let me know if you want to come up and talk about your journey. So I really wanted us to do something for real as a family, though, because we're all doing it. And my sister is actually trying to do a little bit too. She's not as committed as the rest of us yet. Don't tell her I told y'all.
Well,
But
that's gonna be all right.
she's still working on it. He said okay. So hold on one second. Let me put the link in there. And we're gonna add my brother-in-law Jason to the mix. You just click the link and come on up. And he'll tell us about his journey a little bit. Share whatever you feel you'd like to. I'm just so proud of all of us. And it's nothing like your health. Health is wealth. I have another channel that we do, which is our main primary business. And forgot to say that part today on there, but without your health, you can't do anything, and it hasn't been easy. It has not. Again, I feel bad sometimes when I report, oh, I've only lost 2 or I've gained 4, but then in the other side of me, I don't feel bad because this is hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and to do it long term and to do it with joy. I still enjoy what I do. Jeffrey knows I do my meetings. Now, Jeffrey, why don't you like the meetings?
I never said I didn't like the meetings. That see, you see how this thing? You see that? You see, you see. I never said I didn't like the meetings. I listen to her on the meetings. She'll be on the meetings, and I'll listen to what she's talking about. So, no, I've never said I didn't like the meetings. I don't have to. I, I just listen to when she was Jason on there.
Yeah, we don't see your face. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but as long as we can hear you, that's fine.
Look like that thing from.
Just let us know if you want to, just so you know your face is not showing.
Like
Go ahead, Jeff. Because I
yeah.
don't like the meetings because I do get a little pushback. Now I
No,
love
I don't.
meetings.
I listen. I don't have to get on there. I just listen to whatever they're talking about. So I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. I think it's
Can
just
you
dark.
uh can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you, but it's just dark where you are. That's
Are you in
okay.
the
I'm
car or
driving.
something?
Oh,
Oh,
you're.
I'm driving.
We want you to be safe first, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not cammed up, so
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So you just leave your camera however you have it is fine. So let's just talk about. So let me introduce Jason Nunnally. He's right under Jeffrey. That's his brother and one of his brothers. And he's also doing the plan. He's doing it very well. And we are so excited again that we can do it as a family. So Jason, you want to just share a little bit about your journey? Whatever you would like to share, you can.
yeah, I started in September. So actually it was this is a trickle down. So this actually started with mom because I was trying to throughout the summer, I was trying to figure out ways to lose weight. I do pest control for a living, so I'm very active. So it's like, okay, I'm out here sweating and moving around, but nothing's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mother, this was around the end of August. It was my mother, shout out to mom, and she turned me on to the Weight Watchers. She said, "Well, you need to, eat the right food. That's a big deal." So I said, "Okay." I started literally September the 1st this year, and I'm at 20 pounds actually. So even Jeff, he's exceeded me actually, or met me and exceeded me.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. And when did you
yeah.
start? August and you're at 20?
Oh no, at September 1st.
September. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was right at the end of August, and I talked to my mother about what I was trying to do, and she turned me on to the Weight Watchers app, and so I said okay. So it was literally right at the end of August. So I started officially September 1st,
Wow.
and from that point, here we are. So it's it's been progressive, and I've been doing what I needed to do and learning about what foods to eat, what foods not to eat. Uh, it pulled me out of Burger King. It pulled me out of Bojangles. Not that you can't have any of those things at all, but it was like I'm like, okay, the point is a factor because I literally type in my meals, and that was governing, what I was going to eat for that day. Because I'm like you all, where I'm out and
Mhm.
you're out on the go. So unless you brung your lunch, what do you eat, right? So that
That is
sort of led me to
too. That's the hardest part for
yes.
us. Out and about in our line of work, we're always gone and finding what to eat. So you even have a workaround for that. I mean, when we talked, I was just so impressed with you knowing your points. And can you share a little bit about how you eat out and still are successful?
Um, Chick-fil-A, I wound up getting the Cobb salad, and that even my mother turned me on to. even down to your dressing. With the key that I have been working on and had to learn with even with the app. Well, my mom would kept bringing about keep me mentioning my mother because she was instrumental in helping in talking the science of everything has to be um tabulated. So even your dressing. So it was like, okay, I had the Cobb salad, but what I was doing, I was getting the Chick-fil-A Cobb fried. That's 12 points. But I've converted to the Cobb grill, which is 4 points. Boom. So, and then the vinaigrette, which is 4 points. And I believe the Italian dressing was like 1 or 2 points. So it was like, it wasn't drastic changes, but it was little tweaking of things that I needed to do, going, say, from fried to grilled that made all the difference.
Mm-hmm. You see how you
So,
rattling off those points?
yeah. So it's like I'm staying within my points and the again it's governing me where I'm going into new foods and getting ready to old foods like I said I'm out of Burger King, Bojangles, some what's the other place, well, even Zaxby's. I mean, Zaxby's isn't bad, but you have to look at the points, and then you can have your days where if you want something,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and have it, but put the points in so and you're cognizant of what you're going to be eating that day. So that's been the main key for me thus far.
And as everyone they can't see you, Jason, but Jeffrey is larger in stature than Jason is, so that might account to everybody's body type, everybody's structure, everybody's metabolism, all of that choices that we may go into this weight thing. So we thank you so much for joining us tonight, Jason. I know you're out and about, but I just really want to give you kudos too. This was kind of like an end of the year wrap up that we were doing. So maybe together we all can actually come together and do some stuff on the channel in the future. One
Sure.
more thing. Do you do the meetings, Jason? I was just curious. You don't do meetings either, do you?
You mean your meetings or just
Yeah,
meetings in
no, the
general?
no, I actually canceled that. He's referring to my challenge that we did. We had weekly meetings. No, do you do the Weight Watchers meetings though?
No, I'm on the app. That's how I've been doing everything on the app.
Strictly on the app too. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Jeffrey
Yes.
does the app too. I love the meetings. So there are a few men on the meetings. It's not a lot of men. It may be like one or two out of 100 people. So I want men to know though that you are not destined. Can we address one more thing together, and then I'll let you both go. We'll wrap it up. When it comes to the saying that our black men, and not to be racial, but most black men do have high blood pressure. They're taught from infancy. There's something that they're going to have. Do you think that with the changes you guys have made, and you can see where you're not just doomed and destined to have high blood pressure?
Um, well, if you have a family history, then that's going to be there. So
Yeah.
I would say, if you're recommended to take your blood pressure pills, uh, that doesn't necessarily, you would have to have, I mean, my doctor has said, you would have to have a proven history to show that consistent, that
Yes.
you can reduce or get rid of a blood pressure pill. So this isn't necessarily, depending on what your genetics. My doctor said, well, you make healthy choices, reduce
Yeah.
weight, you may always be on some form of a blood pressure pill. So it all
Yes.
depends on I would say your genetics,
Yes.
your makeup of who you are. Some people have been able to actually get off of blood pressure pills. So
Yeah.
that question really is an individual outcome.
Yes. And to your point, we are not giving medical advice. We are not doctors. To what the end of what Jason was saying, I've met many people though, and through my journey that have actually been able to come off of some of their blood pressure pills if it's reduced or come off completely based on talking to our nutritionists also. because they have made changes. So sometimes what we think is being like doomed or born into it, if we make some changes, sometimes it can alter. Jeffrey, what were your thoughts on that?
No, I was going to say, I mean, it doesn't have to be just written in stone. I mean, you may be predisposed to it because we have it in our family. And but if you're eating, if you're mindful of it and watching what you're eating, or eating the right types of foods, then some people may want to go vegan and different things, or straight vegetable, no meat. That might be, everyone has to make a choice to find out what's going to be best for them. But I know that in the last couple of months, since I've been you know uh changing what I've been eating, it's affected my blood pressure. And I go to the doctor. Before we went out of town, they checked me and it was like 129 over 67. A couple, like 3 weeks before, I don't know what was going on that day. I don't know if it was the time of the day or something. They were talking about 116 over 67. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that? So I didn't know if something was wrong. So so you might have to take something, but the idea,
Yeah,
we just were on the way back home from our cruise. We stopped someone and she's a little something,
yeah,
and she's taking two blood pressures. We were like, what?
yeah.
So
The
it
roof
doesn't
are very
necessarily be, it
dry.
doesn't have to be size. And another friend of ours, she's a little something. She, they got her on something. So we just had to be mindful of the foods that we eat,
Yes.
the salt that's in there. Well, like I said, we're not doctors and telling you
No, we are not
don't
doctors.
take blood pressure and say, well, I watched this Zoom YouTube video on with what you call it, with
Kimmy.
Kimmy, and she said don't take no blood pressure. We ain't tell anybody to tell you that. So
No, we just
uh,
want you to be
be
aware and
aware
know that you can make some
that you
changes.
if you make some
You're not
changes,
doomed.
I mean, because there's a lot of stuff that if you're not paying attention, everything is fried. And if you do a little research on foods that are allowed here in the States and opposed to out the country, you'd be surprised of stuff that it's allowed for us to eat. One doctor I was watching on YouTube, he says if you're eating something out of a box, if you that's all you're eating, then that's where you're going to wind up in a box, because this stuff is processed. So that's why I've been trying to be more eating more vegetables and things that come out of the ground, in opposed to just eating a lot of processed food. I mean, I haven't had my good like deli meat and stuff like that from like Jersey Mike's. I haven't had one of those in 3 months. I'm like, oh my goodness. Well, when the Super Bowl, that's why I'm working. By the time the Super Bowl come, I'm gonna get me. I'm gonna get me some. But anyway, but I would go down there a few times, a couple times, maybe once or twice a month. But all that deli meat and stuff like that, all those things that are processed, that affects your blood pressure and your health. So just be mindful. Whatever you put in your mouth, is it going to be helpful, or is it going to hurt? And if you know that you have propensity for high blood pressure, or you're on something, then
Yeah.
you have to be mindful. Because when I go back to the doctor, I'm going to see if I can take me off of some of this in the next, I don't know, month or so. So I'm just trying to, the doctors are not going to tell you, they're not going to tell you most doctors are just going to give you a pill. You go there and they're going to write you something. They're going to write something for you. They're not designed to teach you how to eat something. What's it say? Food be thy health, or
Food be thy medicine.
food be thy medicine. And it's true, if you eat the right things, you can see the results. Kim's sister was saying she saw me on a Zoom thing a few weeks ago talking about my skin was clear. I said, I didn't know. I mean, I don't know. But anywho, I mean, it affects everything. So if my mom, she's you know, eating the right type of stuff, and it's she's talking about her numbers. We were with her today. Her A1C is stuff, and we both of us, Kim and I, we need to work on our A1C. I know Jason was working on his, so it's just a matter of what you're eating. For the most part, some things just going to just be there. If you eating doing the best that you can and within reason, and then you still need to take something, then you do what your doctor tell you to do, because
Yeah.
you don't want nobody to
Yeah.
fall
But just
out.
that mindset that you're doomed.
Yeah, you don't have to be
We
doomed,
hear
because
that
some
quite
people
a
can't. Yeah,
bit. And it's
yeah.
like, no, you're not.
You can do some things to make it better. Um, If you're sitting there eating McDonald's like Jason talking about, you eat McDonald's every day, and you say I'm taking a blood pressure pill, and then his blood pressure is high. I mean, what? I mean, what you expect? So,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
haven't had no. We been when last time we've been to McDonald's? It's been
Well, I
some
had
time.
a cheat day. I had a treat day, not a cheat day. I had a treat day. Remember when I went to get my hair braided? That's another
Oh,
fiasco.
that's right. I'm about to say, when is that? You ain't tell me you went over there. So,
About 3 weeks ago, I went and had McDonald's. I just wanted me a cheeseburger and a French fry
yeah,
from
yeah,
McDonald's,
yeah,
and I went and had it. And it was terrible.
yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
So
but
anyway,
taste
guys,
bud
we're gonna
taste.
get out of here. Jason, we want to thank you so much. Be safe, bro.
Yeah.
Much continued success in 2024 on your journey. Same thing for you too, Jeffrey, Max, and everyone. We really wish you guys blue true. We know you're going to do it. Everyone that joined us tonight, we thank you. Those who will watch the replay and everything. So until next time, guys, this is Healthy Life with Kimmi. All right, Karen. Good night to everyone. We wish you all safety out there with your families. Enjoy. And let's get it in 2024. Let's get it. I know most of y'all gonna wait till 2024.
It's only a few days.
Only a few more days, so don't go too crazy because you still got to give an accounting. All right, until next time.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Oh, you gotta hit that button.
I'm trying
Oh,
to.
Hit the button.
well,
Oh,
that's a
mercy.
bad way to end it,
I'm
I
right?
know.
trying to
That's
hit the
I know.
button,
I
y'all.
know. That's gonna get some. That's gonna get some points right
Wow.
there.
I'm trying to hit the button. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I had some
Oh,
cheese. I think the cheese got a
look
tickle
at
in my
that.
throat.
That's
Hold on.
classic right there. That is